Nothing says Teela like a platinum 6-shooter. She's a rootinest, tootinest, shootinest cowgirl, east, west, south, north of Eternia.
The roughest, toughest He-Man, toughest hombre has ever crossed the Rio Grande.
Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to Genealogy. Hello there, my YouTube minions. It is I, your unfriendly neighborhood Skeletor. Now today I, Skeletor, have more leaks. That's right. Again, not from me. No, leaks from the set of the new Masters of the Universe film. I'm telling you, they really gotta do something about those leaks on that film set. Every day pops out a new leak. They need to hire a new plumber, you know? Quick, get Super Mario on set.
This calls for pasta power.
Hey, after seeing these new leaks, it wouldn't surprise me to see Super Mario end up in this Masters of the Universe film.
It's a me, he Mario.
Because I gotta tell you, a lot of you out there already know that I, Skeletor, don't hold too much hope on this film, but after seeing these leaks, all that little hope that I had is pretty much gone now. What are you talking about, Skeletor? What leaks? I'm talking about the new leaked images of Adam and Teela on Earth.
Oh no. Oh, this is terrible.
That's right. It's all been confirmed with these new images here. But why am I telling you this when I should be showing you this?
Quiet, you drunk.
Anyway, enough of this blathering. Let's watch these, shall we? Alright, much like taking off a band-aid, I think it's much better to get the pain right out of the way quickly, you know what I mean? So let's just jump into the first image here. Now, as you can see, here you have your Prince Adam holding the sword in the most coolest way to hold a sword, mind you. You know, right here. But beside him is the one we're interested in today. And standing beside him, pulling down her top, is, of course, Teela, played by Camila Mendes.
By the sorceress, it's ugly.
Now, first off, I just have to say, Camila Mendes has red hair, which we all knew most likely they would have to dye her hair. And, of course, they did. But my problem is not with her hair. My problem is with her forehead. I mean, come on, look at that forehead. It's too small. As we all know, Teela has a ginormous 5-head.
Look at the size of that head. Shh. I'm not kidding, it's like an orange on a toothpick.
How can he be so close?
Well, that's a huge noggin.
And her head is, you know, quite average, really. And yes, I know it's extremely hard to find a woman with a 5-head that could be as appealing. But I'm just saying, did you even try?
Head, move!
Speaking of her head, there's also something missing from her head, I noticed. And that is, of course, Teela's traditional tiara she wears, or crown, or whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't know if she's ever going to wear it, or if in this scene she took it off for some reason, or whatever. But for the images that we're going to see today, this version of Teela, so far, does not have one. Now that we got the insignificant things out of the way, let's talk about the elephant in the room, shall we? And that is her outfit. Now, there are a lot of comments out there that are like, oh, it's actually pretty good. It's not too bad. Yeah, she's wearing pants, but she looked ridiculous running around the city, you know, with her old barbarian outfit. And to that I say, yes, you are correct. Which is why it's a mistake to put the Masters of the Universe on Earth.
I don't think so.
You know, it would look kind of silly, just like it would look equally as silly if Princess Leia was running around on Earth with her outfit, or the Stormtroopers, or any of the characters from Star Wars for that matter. But you know why? Because the characters don't belong on Earth. They belong in their cinematic universes where their outfits fit in, you know? Yes, it would look kind of silly for a stormtrooper to be directing traffic on Earth, which is why George Lucas, in his infinite wisdom, decided it was best to put him in a sci-fi space fantasy environment, you know? Which is where He-Man and the Masters of the Universe belong.
Right.
But I digress. Let's get on with this outfit. Now here's a close-up here of her upper part of her outfit here. Again, it's not horrible. I'm not saying it's a horrible outfit. For me, it's more like it's just
boring and unimportant.
blah, right? It's boring, to be perfectly honest. I mean, look, you could see they tried to put her snaky outfit. You know, we've got sort of like the scales down here, paying homage to that, right? You don't have to do homages if you just do it as it's supposed to be, you know, because she wears that snake outfit for a different reason, right?
Yes.
There's no adornments around the chest area, sort of goat horn thing that encircles her chestal area. It's kind of a dull, boring gold. To me, this outfit looks like an outfit you could pick up at any Marshalls, you know? Hey, this top's on sale. Let's buy it.
Good for you.
To me, it just doesn't feel like Masters of the Universe. But it's right in line with Adam's wrinkly old shirt here, that's for sure. These gauntlets, again, I don't think they match, to be perfectly honest. This looks more like old-style, medieval gauntlets, more in line with what you would think Masters of the Universe was. To me, it just doesn't fit with this outfit. But hey, what do I know? I'm Skeletor, not some fashion guru.
What?
What I find hilarious about this image, though, is the juxtapositions of both these two actors here. I assume they're running from something scary. As you would see Adam's face here. I'm not sure if this is fear, fatigue, or he's just having a really, really good orgasm.
It's wet and slippery.
Or maybe they had a really good shawarma lunch, and he's still thinking about it. I don't know. I can't figure out what his expression is, per se. But I will say it's a complete juxtaposition to her expression, which just looks one of boredom. Like, how many times are we going to do this same scene? You know, look at her face. I don't even know what she's looking at here. She's like looking at the cue cards on the side. Poor Adam here is having some kind of euphoric response to something. She just seems bored to be here, which is going to be a running theme in all of this. We can kind of figure out what's going on in this image if they both had the same expression, you know? He's like, oh my God, I've got really bad gas, you better run.
Disgusting.
And she's sort of like, oh, not again with your gas. Very bored. But anyway, that's her close-up here. Here's another full view of her outfit here. Here again, we got the juxtapositions of expressions. He's kind of has this sort of guffaw look on his face. Like, grr. He looks like he could be the third brother from Dumb and Dumber. Dumbestest. Look at that slack chart all open. I don't know where they are. They look like they stumbled onto some kind of golf course or something. I don't know. These two here casually having a conversation. This guy's off to work and he's like, what the hell is she wearing? It doesn't belong here. She's got white pants here and these boots, which I'm sorry, I hate these boots. In my opinion, I believe Teela has iconic boots. You know, they're very barbarian styled. And these boots, I have no idea what they're supposed to be. They look like someone made them out of just random pieces they had left over from the rest of the costume, you know? Nah, just sew it all together. We'll try not to film from below her knees anyway. You know?
Coming from you, I'll take that as a compliment.
Now, if you look at her waist here, she's got some kind of gun holster. Now, is it far-fetched that Teela could have a pistol of some kind?
Let me blast. Wait.
No, there are pistols on Eternia, and yes, their masters do have guns, but I really don't think that there are too many Western-styled six-shooters on Eternia.
The roughest, toughest He-Man, stuffest hombres ever crossed the Rio Grande. And I ain't no mammy-pammy.
She's the rootinest, tootinest, shootinest cowgirl east, west, south, north of Eternia. Like, what is this? Why does she got a six-shooter on her hip? Nothing says Teela like a platinum six-shooter.
I never would have guessed.
Again, Adam holding the sword awkwardly. The funniest part about this image, though, is Teela's hand here. What the hell is she even doing? It looks like she's got something gross on her finger. She's like, who did that? What do you have on your finger there, Teela?
Oh, no!
And she's got a face like, this is gross. I don't know where your finger has been, Teela, but wherever it's been, it's really horrifying Prince Adam here. She also looks like she's about to ask whatever creature that is chasing them if they could pull her finger.
Control yourself.
These are just horrible. I don't know. Here's her costume from the rear. Now you can kind of see in this image that if you see her waist in this area, that without the leggings, her outfit might actually look a lot more like Teela's outfit. But they decided, nah, she's got to wear pants. You know, because we need to avoid the male gaze, right?
What a barbaric world.
Speaking of male gaze, there's a lot of rumors going on about this film in that regard.
I thought I'd put the jump on your blaster.
I'm not sure what to believe, but judging by this pink shirt, I'll let you decide for yourself.
Just because I'm wearing a pink shirt, it doesn't mean I'm some kind of a pink donut eater.
But, as far as the male gaze is concerned, I just find it kind of hypocritical that the actress is not allowed to show skin in the film, but watch out for her dress in the red carpet, ladies and gentlemen. What about the female gaze? She's got to cover up, but Adam turns into He-Man. Is he going to wear pants as well?
Check it out. Control yourself.
Or is it going to be like the 1980s film where Dolph Lundgren's running around shirtless with a loincloth while everyone else is dressed in the full sci-fi outfit, looking completely out of place?
Good journey.
Good journey.
My guess is that it's going to be more like the 1987 version, right?
Stop complaining.
Anyway, speaking about male gaze, here's the next image here. Now, you can tell this is an action scene. They're, again, running from something, and they seem to be hiding behind this black SUV. Either that or Adam's a really low runner. Yes, he could be.
Well, not really.
Speaking about the male gaze, his eyes seem to be very focused on Tila's rear end.
I didn't know you cared.
So, ladies, here you go. Doesn't matter what you wear, this shot is proof. There is no avoiding the male gaze, because every male out there, me included, have built-in X-ray vision. And a really solid imagination.
Know what I mean?
Here's another image. Now, this one I find another hilarious image here because you have Adam here finally holding the sword correctly, mind you. But it looks like he's like, hey, Teela, look what I can do with the sword. Look. Look what I can do. And you remember this actress's expression throughout the whole film? Well, it all culminated to this point here where she's like, all right, I've had enough of this. If you're not going to take it seriously, then I'm out. I'm hitchhiking off this set. Could someone call me an Uber? I'm leaving.
That's right, boys. Take me to Skeletor.
I know, just this actress looks very disinterested to be in this film right now. She looks like she's hitchhiking for an Uber.
I think we've wasted enough time.
And I know a lot of you are like, but Skeletor, how do you know that this Adam is just playing around with the sword? Well, because of this image here. Look, it looks like he's doing that, that twisty thing you see a lot of actors do. They're like playing with the sword in between takes. He looks all solemn and sad because maybe he can't get it right. Oh, come, the sword's so heavy. I can't do that little spinny thing here.
Yes, it's very nice.
Here's another image which I thought was funny. You got Prince Adam here and someone here who I consider to be possibly Faker.
You spray tan side of beef.
Does Adam have a Faker? Is there Faker Adam? I know. That's just a stand-in. Get it? It's just a stunt double, perhaps.
Fortunately, we have an actor with us.
But can I just say that out of the two, I prefer the stunt double. He just looks way cooler than Gelatine or whatever his name is. Again, making that guffaw face. This guy at least looks cool, And he looks like he actually ironed his shirt. This guy just running around with a wrinkly old shirt.
Well, judging by his outlandish attire, he's some sort of free-thinking anarchist.
I'll call security, sir.
Anyway, either way you look at it, this still reminds me of Dumb and Dumbest.
It isn't real.
Well, there you have it. That's the last leaked image that I have. Unless something catastrophically big leaks, this will most likely be the last time I talk about this film. Because, it's all been confirmed, right? People have said maybe the film doesn't take that much time on Earth, and most of it's in Eternia. I couldn't care less. How much time? 13 years, 10 years, 2 months, 1 day. And I don't even care. There are some of you in the comments who said, Skeletor, don't you know his mother Marlena's from Earth?
I was once an astronaut.
You disappeared. We never knew what happened.
Again, you're missing the point. Yes, I know Marlena is from Earth.
We Earthlings call a sense of humor.
But name me which episode did we focus on Earth as the focal point for the series? It is not. Yes, they made Adam part human, and it was mostly done to probably relate to the audience. If he's part human, this way he's not an alien, and people could sort of relate to the character a little more. That was a sort of a throwaway thing. I don't believe they actually expected him to spend any time on Earth at all, because this is a fantasy story taking place in a fantasy world. And that's the point. That is the heart of the Masters of the Universe. focusing on Earth is a novelty thing. It's Smurfs in Manhattan.
I guess you could say the Smurfs took a bite out of the Big Apple.
It's Sonic, in Seattle.
They'll like me for who I am.
It's the first Super Mario Brothers film. You know, the one from the 90s that was a complete flop?
What are you doing? I don't know, Mario. Just trust me. I got a good feeling about this.
You know, Hollywood just doesn't seem to learn its lessons. No one wants to see their fantasy characters running around Manhattan or whatever city you put them in. That defeats the purpose of the character. This is a fictionalized world with fictionalized characters that belong in that fictionalized world. You say, well, she looked awful silly running around her traditional outfit in New York. Of course she would look ridiculous. Just like Chewbacca would be ridiculous on Earth, and any other character from Star Wars.
I don't know where you get your delusions.
It makes no sense to be on Earth unless you change everything up. Adam has to wear a big Ophi t-shirt on Earth because if he was to wear his usual Eternian outfit, he'd look ridiculous.
Well, thanks.
Which is why you don't put him on Earth. So anyone who says, but Skeletor, Adam's mom's from Earth, it doesn't matter. That's not the heart of what makes the Masters of the Universe the Masters of the Universe. The heart of the story takes place on Eternia, between the battle of good and evil. Me versus He-Man. That is the heart of the series. The heart of the series isn't on Earth. And to put it on Earth is just a bastardization of the entire story. So you can do all the mental gymnastics you want with yourself and say, well, maybe it won't be too bad if, Adam and blah, blah, blah for 5 minutes on Earth, which, come on, you know full well this is not going to be 5 minutes on Earth. I would be surprised if 70% of this film isn't on Earth. And even like I said, if 15% was on Earth, it would still be horrible. That's not the heart of what makes the Masters of the Universe so appealing. It's the bizarre characters. It's the vastness of Eternia, of the universe. You want a story of a muscle man on Earth? Watch Arnold Schwarzenegger films.
It's time now to turn this mush into muscles.
I don't do requests.
You want to watch a hero stopping a car? Then go watch the Superman film. This is He-Man, and He-Man belongs on Eternia. Full stop.
How accurate.
So it's all but confirmed that not only will He-Man be on Eternia, but Teela will be there as well. They might as well have Super Mario come out of a pipe, help them with their leaks as well. Because at this point, who the hell cares? Because I, Skeletor, am out. Any lingering hope that I had for this film is completely and utterly shattered.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Teela's outfit so outlandish and horrible? Nah, it's just boring. That's all. Just boring.
It doesn't matter what you thought.
I mean, come on. I've seen better outfits from cosplayers, for God's sakes. I mean, look at these cosplayers. Look how much effort they put in these costumes, right? Even they're more appealing than this. Now, they don't have the budget that a blockbuster film has.
At least he thinks you look good.
Unfortunately, I don't believe we're ever going to get a proper representation of Masters of the Universe. At least not from mainstream Hollywood. But that doesn't mean that you and I can't make one. I just hope that there's someone out there, hey, maybe me myself one day, will be big enough to be able to make my own Masters of the Universe live-action movie or series or something.
Just when I think you've said the stupidest thing ever, you keep talking.
Hell, I'll even take a video game. But unfortunately, there is no hope for this thing.
No.
But anyway, that's all I have to say about all this. Well, let me know in the comments. Are you like me? Are you absolutely, completely through with this? What do they say the definition of insanity is? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result? Well, all I've got to say to you, Hollywood, and the makers of this He-Man film, beware of the cuckoo bird coming out of your head. Anyway, let me know what you all thought of this outfit. Will I watch this film? Maybe I will, just for the reaction. I have no idea. Anyway, if you all like this content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to Shaniality.